Good morning. I did a video earlier on how to set up monitor wedges on the UI16. I'll put a link to that down in the description. A number of people have asked me about using the AFS system, the anti-feedback system, automatic feedback suppression, whatever it's called. I rarely ever, in fact, I'm not sure I ever used it live on the job. I find if you have proper gain structure on your microphones and you have the wedges placed correctly, I've never had a feedback issue, but I can't show you how to use the AF system. I have in the past used the live filters. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you how I would use that AFS system if I were to use it. So let's get started. Okay, here's the basic setup for today. We have a monitor wedge aimed up at a microphone, an SM58, a typical scene you might see on stage. That's what we're going to work with today. Now, as I said earlier, I usually don't use the AFS system. I can get this set up just with the graphic equalizer and having proper gain on the microphones. So in order to demonstrate this, I'm going to go to the keys vocal. I'm going to go to the aux sends for the key vocal, and I'm going to up his aux send. He's going to aux 1. I'm going to up that so that we will get some feedback, because where I normally set it, I had a hard time finding any feedback in aux 1. So I did boost that. Here's where I normally run the master. Let's now look at the graphic. Okay, and again, very little in the way of graphic on this. I cut a lot of the low end out because you don't need that in the wedge. Can't hear it anyway. I've got a little bit cut out here just to get rid of some boom. Little boost in the highs to give it a little bit of sibilance. That may give us some feedback in that region when we boost it. And I cut the very top end because you can't hear that anyway. You don't need that in a wedge. Okay, so let's turn on the AFS, which I assume stands for anti-feedback system or automatic feedback suppression or something like that. And we'll go to the setup tab. Now what you have here, you have 12 filters. 6 of them are fixed, 6 of them are live. They're called notch filters, and what they are, they're very narrow bandwidth cuts in your EQ, a very narrow frequency range cuts. We're going to start with the fixed, and you'll notice I have the sensitivity for starting. I have it set all the way up so that it'll find the feedback aggressively, quickly, and we're going to find the fixed frequencies. These are the ones that will stay the same all the time. Once you set them, they'll stay the same. You also have 6 live filters, notch filters, which can move around through the night. If there's feedback that you didn't catch with this, the live will catch that. All right. So in order to set these, what we have to do is go to the master here on aux 1, and I'm going to boost it up. And as I boost it, of course, hopefully we'll get some feedback. So let's give it a shot. There was 1, and if you look at your graphic, you'll see there it is. There's another one. There's 2 that we found, and this is a notch filter. This is the frequency that's notched out. Let's continue. All right, how many have we found? We've got 1, 2 up here. It's still finding them. Okay, having found the frequencies here that are most likely to feed back, I'm going to set this back to 0, the sensitivity. I am going to change from fixed to live. I'll leave it on live, just in case something pops up that we didn't know about. There is a way also you can test the difference in sound with the filters and without. That would be right here. This just cancels out the filters. This might have been better had it been named bypass instead of the on-off. But we're going to leave the filters on. I'm going to get out of setup. Now I'm going to set the gains back where they were. You notice I set this back to 0. It's no longer pushed up. And if you remember, in the mix gain, I had gone to the vocal, and in order to get some feedback to show you guys, I had pushed his aux send up, but I'm going to put it back where I would normally run it here. In this case, it's going to be about unity gain. And let's go see what the wedge sounds like. Okay, here we are at the wedge. We've done the feedback finding. We've got the feedback suppressor thing turned on. Hey, 1, 2, check, 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 1, 2. And I think that wedge sounds just fine, and we shouldn't have any issues with feedback. Though again, like I said, I've never had issues with feedback without the thing on. If you have the gain and everything set right, I don't hear any difference in the sound. I think basically what I'm doing is just using more computer processing. If you get too many of those filters, you will notice a difference in the sound. So, but anyway, that's how it works. Give it a try. Play with it. Thank you.